All right, John, thank you so much. If you guys want to hear the real story about how they hired me, you can find me later tonight after a couple of glasses of wine. Alex, where are you? I can't see you. I thought I could avoid Blippi for the next 3 days while I'm here, so thank you for bringing that nightmare of a voice back into my dreams. I hope so. I hope so. So, how's everybody doing? No. See. Guys, we're better than that. All right. You guys have been up since 4 a.m. on the East Coast. Like, I know that you're energized for this, right? How's everybody doing? Yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. So my daughter, the Blippi lover, she learned a new word the other day. This in and of itself is not that surprising, right? She's 3, she's in daycare, she picks up a new word, a new song, a new infectious disease every other day, right? And it's one of those things that is truly the most surprising for me for becoming a parent. Not the daycare germs or how much I'm actually paying for those daycare germs, but it's just watching her learn and adapt, right? Like how fast she picks things up, how intuitive she is, just how vastly different her generation is. And all of a sudden, ad. And I smile, right? And I'm rinsing out my coffee cup and I'm like, any good working mom in media would appreciate this moment, right? Like she learns a new word, impressions served. It's like, great, we're having a fantastic morning. And I keep going and she goes, skip it. And I laugh because she's seen me enough and has done this routine enough to know that we can fast forward through certain types of content. I mean, she's 3 and she can already differentiate between programmed content and advertising content and also knows that that latter is skippable. But I don't move yet. Like I'm elbow deep in dishes, right? Again, as any good working mom in media is. And then she gets hysterical. Mommy, I don't want to watch the ad, as she toddles over to me, like frantically shoving the TV remote in my face, right? And again, this in and of itself is not that surprising. She's 3. I mean, she has tantrums when I have to take a Band-Aid off or when she asks for her purple water bottle and I give her her purple water bottle, right? But what really hit me is, like this generation, they're digital natives, sure, but it's so much more than that. Like they believe content is on demand, accessible at any time they could possibly want it. They believe all screens are touch screens. They can open up our cell phone and purchase $500 worth of Revolve clothing before I've even realized she's had my cell phone in the first place. True story. I did get all of my money back. Thank you, Revolve, for that. But they believe all ads can be skippable, and they believe all ads should be skippable, right? They're raised not only with an abundance of media, but they know how to skip through what they don't want. They know how to opt out. They know how to create and curate their own little content bubbles so they see only the things that they want to see. Obviously, we all know that our standard ad just isn't cutting it anymore. And we know the power of culture and the creator economy has on influencing people to make purchasing decisions, right? It's not just with 3-year-olds. I know I was not the only elder millennial who had all sights of feels when Kendrick Lamar came out in his flare jeans during the Super Bowl. Guys, these are brand new. Like, I bought them because of him. I think he still looks better on him than I do, but we're getting there. So what must our product discovery, how will the consumer's product discovery change now that they're in control of their content, of their advertising? And how must our media adapt to become influential when so much of this media can just be glossed over? And that's what we're going to get into today and over the next 3 days. As a reminder, everything on this stage is recorded and on the record, a core element of what we do here at MediaPost. It's journalism. It's providing a platform to share the work that you find people are putting out. But it is off stage when some of the most enriching dialogues happen. At noon, we will turn off the cameras. We will move into our roundtables that are really meant to be deeper, off the record conversations, discussing some of the things that we will cover on stage today. But first, I do have some bad news. Nothing like kicking off your 3 days by letting you guys down, so only up from here. Unfortunately, a mechanical error and a canceled flight has stranded Rachel, the CMO of Volkswagen, in Detroit, so she is not here today to kick us off as our opening keynote. There are a lot of things that I would do for y'all to protect the content and the experience. Going to Detroit, not one of them, so she's just not here today. But alas, we will carry on. We do have a fantastic day lined up for you guys as we talk about navigating this next era of TV and video advertising. Change is the one thing that we can always rely on. And as we grapple with premium content and price hikes and how to personalize at scale, we're going to talk about how we future-proof our strategies, not just for my 3-year-old, but for generations to come. And you're going to hear from Doritos, one of the most iconic Super Bowl advertisers of all time, and how their Crash the Super Bowl campaign helped celebrate their fans, not just once on the big game, but they created stories that will fuel the brand throughout the rest of this year. And we're going to click into the Super Bowl. We're coming off of not only one of the most watched games in history, but also one of the most lucrative. We spent $800 million on advertisements on just Fox and Tubi alone. And I'm just asking one question. Was it worth it? But first, everyone in this room knows that the days of buying traditional TV are gone. Campaigns are no longer centered around one linear buy, right? As audiences shift seamlessly between streaming and social and digital, we have to rethink how consumers are transacting, how we engage with them, and then how we ultimately measure it as a success. So please join me in welcoming our opening keynote conversation today, Carrie Drinkwater, Chief Investment Officer at Carat, to hear how we must move from channels to platform to prioritize content over impressions. Welcome, Carrie.